Mics are always hot here. You know that at Podcast Junkies. We got the boys working with us today. Big Ben Castro, my man Eric, and Johan in the house here at Podcast Junkies. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Scott Matthews here. Great show coming up. We know who's going to be in the Super Bowl, finally. Super Bowl 60, New England Patriots, Seattle Seahawks. We'll have a lot to talk about later in the show on that. And I'm joined by my two co-hosts. I'm going to kick it off with my man next to me, the one and only Tommy, the Hitman King. What's up, TK?
Yeah, man, Super Bowl set. I gave out both winners last week on the show and the live. Everybody watched live. I gave out a nice winner of Seattle.
You want to say hello to us?
I don't need to say hello. I said these all when I walked in. I bet you outside 15 minutes
jumps
before.
in with the games always.
Yeah, well, it's football season.
He's
almost
fired
done,
up.
Man. I'm fired up, man. I got to say, I got the winners. I swept the board on the show last week.
All right.
I had to wear my winter jacket here today. It was snowing outside today.
Yeah, there you go. All winners all the time. TK wins. And here he is, my man. Love him. The one and only Teddy Brooks from the Sports Prophets. What's up, Teddy?
What is up, guys? Oh, boy, I'm crackling now, but that's okay. We'll get through it, I guess. Shout out to a couple people. We got my man Randy Vessel in the chat. We got Paul Bufano. We got OPP. We got Justin Andrew all ready to go. OPP's already firing the questions at us. Let's have a good show. Right. And we got some stuff to talk about today.
Well, I'm not going to tell guys to grab their pens and papers because there's not going to be a lot to give out, but definitely you should have your pens and papers because we will be giving out, I'm sure, some basketball, and maybe Teddy is doing something long range with the Super Bowl, but we'll get into that as time goes on. I do have a major beef, guys. I really do. And you know me, I'm not one that brings out beasts, but I am jacked off, pissed off. How could Bill Belichick, I'm going to ask Teddy this because I know Teddy is like me. We were on the cutting edge. How the hell does Bill Belichick, with that resume, with that success, winning more Super Bowls than any other head coach in the history of the game, a total of 8 was 2 as a coordinator, all the wins he has, how he was part of the orchestration of the dynasty New England Patriots, and he gets snubbed from getting in first ballot Hall of Fame. Talk to me, Teddy.
Jealousy.
I'm pissed.
It's jealousy, Scotty. It's
wow.
It's guys like, they're saying that Bill Polian was behind the whole thing. And you know who Bill Polian was the GM of for many, many years. And that's the Indianapolis Colts.
Right.
And Bill Polian's probably thinking to himself, I wonder how many Super Bowls we would have won if Belichick and Brady weren't running the table all those years. So I think it's jealousy. A lot of people are saying it's because of the scandals, the Spygate, the Deflategate. I say F that.
Right.
That's a bunch of BS.
He didn't even get 40 votes. He needed 40 out of 50.
He needed 40 out of 50.
So
and I made a post about it on Instagram, and I had people commenting. A lot of people agreed with it. They said he should wait a year for the quote unquote
why?
Cheating.
Why should he wait a year? Look at the resume. There is not a coach.
No, I agree with you.
I look at all the coaches in the history of the NFL. They don't even have a resume like this guy, and they get in. Why should this guy not get in?
Yeah, it's disgusting. I mean, it's absolutely disgusting.
I'm going to run TK because he's probably not. He's going to fluff this one off. What's your thoughts on that?
To tell you the truth, like you said, I could care less, man. It don't bother me if he gets in or not. It doesn't matter. He'll be in anyways.
The question is, do you think he should have got in or he shouldn't have? He probably
should have got in. Maybe if he didn't go to college and play or didn't have the Deflategate and stuff like that, who knows? I could care less. He's going to get in anyways. What's waiting a year?
And M. Clance 7 said Bill Polian said that he doesn't remember if he voted for him or not. How do you not remember who you voted for the Hall of Fame? That's BS. And then OPP says I think they're mad because his girl's 24.
Yeah, they probably got pissed off they can't get a piece of her, right? But yeah, I can't. I'm sitting on that. I cannot believe it. I really can't. I'm sorry. It has nothing to do with if I'm from New England or I'm not from New England. The record speaks for itself, and this guy was the top brass of what he did as a head coach. You could say it's Brady, it's this, it's players, it's coaches, it's the whole organization.
Now here's the question. If they're punishing, if they're punishing Belichick, are they gonna? Because I think Brady comes up next year. Are they gonna punish Brady for a year also?
No.
I mean, people are really going to go crazy if they do that. I don't think they will. I had one guy mention, oh, well, Brady went to another team and won, so it doesn't count for him. But he was still in on the quote-unquote cheating, so, you know.
I guess, whatever. at the end of the day, like I said, it's a clear in my mind. Bill Belichick, first ballot Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. Look at all the numbers. Look at the records. Match it up against anybody in the history of coaching in the NFL. You could go from Don Shula all the way. What did Shula win? 2 championships? This guy won 6. I mean, he won almost as many games. He won big playoff games. He did this, he did that. Every resume, the box was checked when it came to Bill Belichick. So I'll leave it at that. I think in my mind he's a first ballot. Whether whoever these guys out there that want to get off on trying to punish somebody, that's up to them. But moving on, we got Super Bowl 60, fellas, and guess who called the Patriots 2.5 months ago to get to the Super Bowl? Boom, Scotty M, like the Patriots. We got the Patriots in Seattle. What'd you think? Was that the Super Bowl you thought it would be?
Listen, me and you, Scotty, and I think TK probably got in on a little bit of this also, but we've been saying for months now that we don't care about the week. I'm still seeing posts on Instagram about the Patriots' week schedule. Right. It doesn't matter. It's still hard to win in the NFL. So when they were racking up those wins, I said, we were betting them. We were giving them out a lot here on this show, the Patriots. So that part doesn't surprise me. And Seattle put up a great performance against the Rams. I think you play that Rams-Seattle game 10 times. I think the Rams win 5 times. Seattle wins 5 times. That's as close as it gets. Yeah, but I will say people are already writing off the Patriots, and be careful.
They played 3 games this year, total of 7 points combined, this final score outcome. 2 points, 1 point, and 4 points. And those games could have went either way. I thought terrible play calling on coaches on both those games on Sunday. I don't know if you guys, obviously T and I spoke about it on the live, but I think Sean Payton, terrible play call.
He already fired his offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I saw that. Right, it came out today. How do you not go for it? I get it. You got a backup quarterback. You're in a spot where you can go up double digits. You're controlling the game. You're stopping New England pretty much, and now you give them an opportunity where and the play call was terrible. The guy's rolling backwards, and he throws the ball short of the line. They should have been 10-0 lead. Do you think they should have went for the field goal or went for it?
I mean,
with a backup.
That game was probably one of the most painful games to watch all year because of that weather. That was terrible. I mean, that snow was so bad. A light snow can make it a little bit easier, provide a little grip on the ground, a little grip on the ball. Right. But you couldn't see five yards in front of you with that snow. So I don't know what to do. I'm a Florida boy, right? I'm born and raised in Florida. I don't know how to operate in that kind of snow, even though I did live in Colorado in the mountains for a couple of years.
And that weather changed like snap of the finger. I mean, that weather got terrible real fast. I mean, if you watch the beginning of the game as it progressed, I mean, the weather just got really, really bad. What was your thoughts? You should have went for the field goal or no?
I would have ran the ball. I wouldn't have thrown the ball. I would have handed up gut. They were pounding the ball down the middle on the running game. I would have just handed it off. You get it, you get it. You don't, you don't.
No, my point is, should they have gone for the field goal?
If I was a coach, I would have ran the ball. I wouldn't have kicked the field goal. I would have tried to punch it down their throat, get that first down, go in the end zone.
Okay.
To me, the NFL didn't want Denver in the Super Bowl in the first place. So, they want to back up.
Here we go.
So.
Right. Here we go, T.
What does the NFL have to do?
They don't want to They don't want a backup quarterback in the Super Bowl.
Right. Okay.
That line would have been 7-8 if Denver was in the Super Bowl.
7 of course. Seattle would have been about 6.5. Yeah, no doubt about it. I totally disagree with both you guys. Well,
I don't really care. I had Denver plus 3.5 anyways, or whatever it was.
Should have kicked the field goal, gone up 10-0, and put a lot of pressure on New England. Not knowing whether the field was going to get brutal or not brutal, but when you have a shot to go up double digits and you're controlling the game and you give it away like that, momentum switches, and you saw what happened after that. Momentum switched. So, some terrible play calling on some of the coaches. Even the late game. What was your thoughts on McVay with 5.5 minutes to go? 30. What was the score? It was 31-27, and 4th and 4.5, 4th and 5. Why are they not going for the field goal to make it a 1-point game? You stop them. You put yourself in a position where if you get the ball back, you only need a field goal to win it. Now, if you go for it and you lose it, yeah, you're giving them bad field position. I get it. But you're still going to give them the ball. They're still going to kick it, and you got to go for a touchdown. I think he made a big mistake. He should have went for the field goal to make it 31-30.
Lack of confidence in the offense. I mean, in the defense.
Offense?
In the defense. Lack of confidence in the defense. And Darnold was on fire.
Yeah.
So
true. That's the only thing I could think of. But I think he should have kicked the field goal. Should have been 31-30 with 5 minutes left. They got 3 timeouts and a 2-minute warning. If they stop them on a drive, they're kicking back to them. And all they got to do now is kick a field goal. Instead, they get empty, and that was the end of it. They never got the ball back after that, I think. Well, they got it back very late. Anyway, so that's where we're at. Any early takes you see in the Super Bowl, T?
I haven't looked. I might even bet the game, the Seattle-New England game. I might just go up, cook the pig with the guys, eat, and then go home, watch the game. I don't know. If I had to lean right now, I'd probably lean New England. I'd probably buy them up to +5 or so. I haven't really looked at it yet, but this matchup's going to be pretty tight. It could be flip-flop, just flip a quarter in this one. It's pretty tight. Maybe you play the total or something. The under could be a good play as well.
Well, if you think it's going to be that tight, then you should go with New England. You should go with the dog.
I'd probably lean the dog.
Yeah. I mean, that's
could smoke.
What's it at now? It opened around 4.5.
4.5.
Still there?
Still
3.5. It opened originally. 3.5.
3.5. Now it's at 4.5.
When it first came up.
Yeah, someone in the comments said I want to see that line move to 5.5, 6, and then I'll buy it to 7 and play that.
5.5. It opened at the circa at 4.5, went to 5.5, then went back down to 4.
Speaking of comments, if you guys, I'm just curious what you guys think on that Belichick. If you guys want to send us some comments, you think he should have got in eligibility first year or not got in?
Yeah, we already. Seems like everyone in the chat agrees he should be in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
so
everyone.
We're commenting.
Yeah, we got a few comments. Everyone agrees he should be in, and
all right.
And M. Clance. I wonder if that's my guy Mike Clancy. Mike, if M. Clance is Mike Clancy, let me know. But M. Clance said, how about Shedeur Sanders getting into the Pro Bowl?
Yeah, that's a joke.
I laughed at that too the other day.
They had no one else to go.
I saw someone make a joke on Instagram.
They veto it. So.
Someone made a joke on Instagram. Imagine how much money you would have made if you bet Belichick not making first ballot Hall of Fame and Shedeur getting into the Pro Bowl. Imagine that parlay.
What would the odds be on that? About 10,000 to 1?
Oh my goodness.
Probably 10,000.
You'd make $1 million off 100.
There you go.
So DJ said, "Oh, this is Mike Clancy. Awesome. Good to see you, brother."
I think he comes in live every night. He watches us on live.
I don't know if you can see him, but you can hear him.
Who?
You said good to see him.
Yeah. Well, I see his name. DJ said Drake May cannot handle the Seahawks defense. I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't know about that one. I disagree with that altogether. Because let me tell you, this Drake May, he might have looked shitty throwing the ball, but he moved his feet well enough to win that game. And you know what? He could do the same thing and keep drives alive. And as bad as he's playing, as everyone's complaining, the Patriots are still winning games. You could say lack of talent, whatever. Meanwhile, they beat a Houston team that won 10 in a row.
Yeah, OPP just said Drake May handled Denver's defense and Houston's defense, which were two of the best defenses going into the thing. So I agree with all this. I think people are writing off New England. I think this is a field goal game either way, like TK said.
Mike Vrabel, Coach of the Year, baby. Like I said that a while ago. I think he's going to win Coach of the Year. I think he stamped it. I don't know when they cut it off. I think they cut it off at the end of the regular season, I would assume. I don't think they even look at playoffs for Coach of the Year, but I think he's a slam dunk to win it. Do you?
I think it's so silly that if they don't, I think that should matter because Mike Vrabel is taking a team and he's doing one of the fastest rebuilds we've ever seen on a team.
Won 4 games last year. 4 games. And this year they were 16.
That's what I'm saying. And then Seattle was a great turnaround too. Mike, we got Mike and Mike in the
Mike and Mike in the morning
Super Bowl.
All right. Speaking of coaches, guys, I want to just turn to a topic here because there's been 10 of them already. That I got Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Buffalo, Dolphins, Raiders. I don't know if the Raiders got a new head coach or they didn't yet. Baltimore, Dallas, Giants, Tennessee, and Cleveland is now hiring Todd Monken, who was the former Ravens offensive coordinator. I believe they're going to sign him to the head coaching job. Mike McCarthy goes to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Here's my thinking. I said Aaron Rodgers probably wouldn't come back. Now, I think Mike McCarthy is going to be breathing on this guy, knocking on his door, whatever the hell he can, and say, Aaron, let's do it one more time, baby.
One more Super Bowl, baby.
Let's go. Let's dance one more time.
They won it together, They won the Super Bowl together.
What's your thoughts now? You think Rodgers is going to come back now that McCarthy, who he's had history, they won a championship together, is Aaron Rodgers, who might have been thinking about, bye-bye, I'm done. You think this will bring him out, T?
I think I'm bring him back one more year. They'll give him one more shot for the Super Bowl. You got to have a good backup, though, because he's prone to injuries this year.
Well, of course, you got to make
and
some.
have to make sure you got a good backup quarterback backing him up.
Teddy, what's your thoughts? You think Rodgers is gonna, if he was contemplating leaving, you think this might bring him out because of McCarthy, or is he gonna say, "Sorry, Mike, have a nice day. We did it too many years ago. I'm not the player I was back then in my mind." Is he gonna come back? You think? Or no?
I think he should, and I think that this is the stars align situation, because I think if it were any other coach, I would say no, he doesn't come back. Okay. But I think the fact that you got the coach that he won the Super Bowl with back.
Don't forget, how many years ago?
That was a lot of years ago, but that's okay.
15?
They still have the history. Yeah. So, yeah, the books have him at 30% coming back, 70% retiring. Mm. That's what the prediction markets have him at. So I would take a little sprinkle on that 30%.
Okay.
It might have moved since they announced McCarthy's a head coach, but
yeah, I don't know. Is Mike McCarthy that great of a coach?
It's not whether he's
too much for Dallas.
I think it's just a matter of the relationship.
Yeah, of course, the relationship, won a championship together.
Because he already mentioned he stated he was open to returning. Rodgers did, but I think this definitely is going to give him an extra push.
I'm looking at these 10 teams. Only 4 out of the 10 have head coaches that were head coaches coming back. You got McCarthy for Pittsburgh, Stefanski for Atlanta. You got Harbaugh for the Giants, and Robert Saleh, who's an offensive coordinator and went to the head coach of the Jets, is now going to be coach in Tennessee. So out of the 10, 6 of them are like defensive coordinators and stuff like that, becoming first-time head coaches.
Right.
It's pretty crazy. Like, a lot of these teams want to go not with the big-name coaching or the experience. They're going for, like, these offensive coordinators.
Well, let me ask you guys something. Do you guys think with what McDonald and Vrabel have done with the Patriots and the Seahawks, and then what Kurt Signetti did with the Hoosiers?
Yeah, well, that's college.
Well, but do you guys think that in general, coaches are going to be expected to turn things around fast, or they got to go?
Well, they just signed Buffalo signed Joe Brady, who was a offensive coordinator for the team, to a 5-year contract. So they're looking to give him a little shelf life, but he was an offensive coordinator, and he's worked with Josh Allen, obviously.
Yeah, but they buy out those contracts all the time.
Of course. They mean nothing. I get it. I think if you don't have anything going within 1 to 3 years, 1, 2, 3 years at the max, they're going to start. You're going to start hearing the boo birds, and you're going to start hearing the birds chirping to get them out of there. You don't get much of a shelf life, not at the money that they're spending for these coaches,
and not these days.
Yeah, your thoughts on that?
But these guys, this guy Brown, too, offensive coordinator. They're all hiring offensive coordinators, but a lot of stuff comes from up top, anyways, and you just send it down to the coach, anyways.
But let's say you own the team. Wouldn't you want to have an experienced head coach that's been proven out there, or you'd rather take a younger guy?
I think I'd rather take a shot with a younger guy, man.
Why?
Bring in somebody new, change up things, and bring in something that's going to be different. I mean, that's what I think they're doing with these offensive coordinators, defensive coordinators.
You think it's about saving money?
Not about saving money, because like I was
they're
just
not paying them the big money.
A lot of stuff's coming in from up top, anyways. You watch these games, everything's coming off the top. They're just calling down to the coach. Coaches could be there telling them what to do from the guys up top, basically, anyways.
Teddy, if you had to look at these 10 teams, I know you don't have them in front of you, but Pittsburgh, Atlanta, Buffalo, Miami, Vegas, Baltimore, Dallas, Giants, Tennessee, Cleveland. Any coach stick out you think that can really improve them, like Kevin Stefanski? He's a good coach for Cleveland. He was coach of the year twice. Now he's going to Atlanta. You think that was a good move?
So my top 2 that I'm looking at right now are Stefanski to Tennessee and Harbaugh to the Giants, of course.
Stefanski's
Stefanski to Atlanta, I mean.
Right.
I think now what's going to be interesting, are they going to use Cousins? I don't think Michael Penix was really the answer. I don't know. I mean, hey, listen.
Or they're going to trade, or they're going to go through a draft. I don't know where they line up this year as far as draft numbers. But, yeah, it's going to be interesting because 10 coaching changes in 1 year.
And then the Raiders still hasn't. Randy Vessel just mentioned Raiders still haven't picked their coach.
Right, I don't know the Raiders.
And they most likely have the number 1 guy Mendoza coming. I'm assuming they're going to pick them. I mean, that's pretty much
I don't know. TK and his sources are saying there might be a shocker over there.
I think it might be what's his name coming from
Lamar?
the Ravens, man, Lamar Jackson. But
He thinks
you
Lamar
never know.
Jackson might
You
show
never
up
know.
at the doorstep.
Yeah, I like that Mike McDonald going to the Chargers, but I never liked him as a head
Mike
coach.
McDaniel, you mean?
Yeah, I never liked him as a head coach, but make it an offense coordinator. I think the Chargers could be there
Well,
next year.
that's what I'm confused with this Robert Saleh, because he is a great coordinator, and he didn't make it well. Obviously, unfortunately, went to the Jets.
But it's the Jets.
Yeah, but now he's going to Tennessee. I mean, he's got the kid from Miami. Who's the quarterback? It was rookie.
Cam Ward.
Cam Ward to work with. I don't know. Is he going to improve that much? And last year they were a terrible team, but he's not getting the best to work with again as a head coach. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think to me the biggest upside is Atlanta. The biggest upside for a turnaround this year, I think, is Atlanta and New York.
If you had to look at these teams, these 10, who do you think might have a bad? Is it Baltimore now that they lost Harbaugh? Or is it Pittsburgh? Well, Pittsburgh's got McCarthy. We don't know what's going to go on there, and we don't know if Rodgers is coming back. Do you think?
I'm over here looking at your paper, trying to think of all these
sorry.
teams. No, you're good.
What do you think of the Giants with Harbaugh? Do you think Harbaugh's going to bring that magic sauce?
I do.
To New York?
I have the most. You know how much I love Jackson Dart. I loved him.
Yeah.
I called him for Rookie of the Year. Obviously, I don't think that's going to come through, but I called him for Rookie of the Year early this season. So I think they have the most hope.
Right.
Man, that Dallas one's pretty interesting.
What about this one? They got Cleveland went to an offensive coordinator from the Ravens, Todd Monken, who's a good offensive coordinator, but now he's going to become I don't know. These teams like Cleveland, they can't find ways to get things moving and grooving. I mean, it's been decades. I feel sorry for their fan base.
I'd watch out for the Bills next year.
I'll tell you who I don't have a lot of high hopes for, and that's the local team down here, the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, get rid of two. I might become a fan.
But who
I don't know who they would get, but
He keeps worrying about Tua.
I just can't stand Tua, man. But I say the Bills next year could be a top shot to win
So
the
you
Super Bowl.
weren't in those contract negotiations for Tua to get that $212 million?
No,
you
but that guy's always on the golf course, man. He's over.
You
playing
weren't
all the
pushing
time.
for Tua to get it?
Wow, I would have.
I couldn't believe they gave it to him, to be honest.
I would have never taken Tua.
I don't know, $40 million a year he got?
They messed up with Drew Brees years ago, the Dolphins.
Yeah, well, we can't worry about years ago, unfortunately. But they thought they messed up with, what's his name, Herbert. A lot of people said they should have took Herbert over Tua. Maybe they should have. I don't know. But who knows if that would have worked too. But they would have had some good wide receivers with a good passer in Herbert. Herbert is definitely a better passer than Tua. No doubt about it. All right. Well, I think that's what we got. We got 10 coaching changes so far in the NFL. A lot of offensive coordinators, a lot of GMs, a lot of pieces to the puzzle in the NFL is going on right now in the offseason.
Interesting. A guy, Gus Almonte, said that Sam Darnold is 0-4 against the Patriots, but I would assume that was when he was with
in his career.
that was when he was with the Jets. So I wouldn't.
Yeah.
I wouldn't put too much stock into that number, Gus, just because that's the Jets.
Yeah, that's true. But Sam Darnold turned out to be an unbelievable quarterback. Against all odds, everyone was writing him off. Look where he's at. He's at the top.
Do you think
At the
Sam
top.
Darnold is an elite quarterback? Do you think he's a top 5, top 10? Where do you put Darnold?
Well, I'll tell you what. Pre-2024, no. From 2024 and this year, absolutely got to be one of the top quarterbacks, performance-wise, record-wise. What he's carries himself. Players seem to definitely get into what he's doing. I think he's a leader. I think guys enjoy playing with him, and I think the last 2 years his stock has gone up monstrously. What do you think on that with Sam Darnold?
I think he's a decent quarterback, man, but he does hand off
like
the ball
answer.
wrong. He runs the ball a lot too. He's not launching the ball. I mean, he's not a
No, but I'm
deep
saying, you think his stock has gone up? He asked the question like if he's like.
do you think he's top 5?
He's not top 5.
Do you think he's top 10?
Maybe
Yes.
in the top 10, not in the top 5.
Yes, I think he's between 6 and 10, more so because you got Josh Allen, you got Mahomes. I mean, I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I mean, right there, Lamar, obviously. So there's 3. Obviously, a lot of people think Herbert is a top-notch quarterback, but he can't seem to win those big games. He gets them to a decent regular season record, and then you got Joe Burrow. So I'm thinking Sam Darnold to me is, and I'm not even talking about the NFC. I say he's between 6 and 10.
Okay.
Is Joey Burrow staying with the Bengals, or do you think he's
Coming
out of there?
he's coming to Miami, baby.
Yeah, I'll go buy that jersey, and I'm not a Dolphin fan.
Oh, could you imagine? I would go to a couple games
I
this
would
year if
too,
Joe Burrow was
100%. I
playing.
haven't been to a Dolphin game live
I love
in
Joe
ages.
Burrow. I love watching
3
him
years.
play.
Well, Tua's worth $212 million. What the hell's the restructure of Burrow's going to be at $350? I mean,
Why,
how
is he
they
due?
going to? Well, isn't he ever? If he goes, he's they're going to have to do something.
Depends on how he gets there. They could take over his current contract and go from there.
I don't think Stephen Ross, with all his money that he has, the billions and billions, that he probably wouldn't even go for it. I would in a heartbeat. Wouldn't you want a guy like Joe Burrow?
I would take him
If
down
he
to
stays
Miami.
injury-free, the guy's as good as anybody in the league. I mean, he's a pure talent. I'd love to have a guy like Joe Burrow with some good receivers down here. It would make things a lot interesting, that's for sure. All right. Well, I think we touched pretty much, unless you guys have anything more on football. Anyone have
No,
any
we'll do more Super Bowl next week.
But you got college football, big news with that quarterback coming down to Miami, man. They
Yeah.
worked that deal.
I made a note.
Yeah,
Mensah.
Mensah. He's going to, watch out for the Canes, man, next year.
Darren Menshaw is transferring to Miami from Duke. So you got a lot of stock in this guy. What's the big
I
deal
told
with
you if
this
he was
guy?
at Duke, I would have taken Duke to win the national championship next year. This quarterback's amazing. I watched him play,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
He makes a lot of money for the schools and
What
whatnot.
year is he in right now?
He's got 2 years of eligibility left, so
Are they paying him? Miami, big money?
Oh,
he was getting $7 million from Duke, I think.
Was he?
Yep.
Wow. So Miami's probably going to give him at least.
Well,
8.
even if they matched it, he's going to have a much better chance to win with Miami, I think. So I think that would be a reason for him to go there.
Well, I think we touched base on as much football. Unless someone has any questions out there for us, feel free to send us a question. We'll be glad to answer it. I want to jump into college basketball. I mean, this is the time of year. I love college hoops. I don't know if you guys have been banging it hard like we have, but I have been banging these games hard. There was a great matchup the other night. You had Arizona and Duke. It ended up being, it looked like it was going to be a one-sided win for Arizona. It ended up being, it went down to the last seconds. But Arizona, there's only 2 undefeated teams left in college basketball. I don't know if you even know, outside Arizona, who's the only one left?
The only undefeated team. I don't
Probably
know.
won't know unless you really know. Miami, Ohio, boys.
Miami, Ohio.
They just won last night by 2 to keep their record. They're 21-0.
Yeah, 21-0.
And
Because
Arizona.
Nebraska lost their first game yesterday against
Nebraska
Michigan.
lost, and the other day there was another one. There was 4 left, and actually it was 3. Nebraska went down.
Gonzaga has 1 loss. St. Louis has 1 loss. UConn has 1 loss.
Yeah, I'm looking at this top 10. I'll tell you, there's some damn good teams up there. I think anybody could shake anybody up on any given day. Nebraska's going to drop from 5. They might drop right down out of the top 10 after that loss because you got some really good teams. Number 1 in the nation, Arizona's the only undefeated. UConn, you're not going to knock them off if they keep winning as far as the polls. Michigan playing fantastic. A little shaky last night. I got to be a nice call, by the way, Teddy, on Nebraska.
Oh, you're watching my videos, Scotty. I love it. No, thank you.
Got to give you credit where credit's due.
They almost won that game outright. That was a close one.
Yep, Teddy had a nice play on that game. A lot of people took Michigan. That was a smart move, jumping on the
That's a
corner.
lot of points for a team with only 1 loss.
We
Give
were
'em-
talking about it yesterday, T and I. We were saying, I said, at least I was. I said, how can you I know they said they had some bang-ups or maybe some sickness, T said, right, going on the team.
Yeah, somebody was saying it
But
about
they
that.
should have won that game last night. They really had that game in control, and they ended up losing at the end. But they covered that spread the whole entire way. It wasn't even close.
That's the beauty of college basketball. You got a team,
Yeah,
and you look at a line, that Nebraska was plus 10.5, plus 11, whatever it was, and you look at that and you say that's just not adding up. So yeah, we took advantage of that as our free play yesterday. But that's the beauty of college. I mean, the odds makers definitely get it wrong a lot more in college hoops than they do in other sports, I think.
Well, let's look at this top 4. I mean, Arizona playing great. Hasn't lost a game. UConn, 1 loss. Michigan, 1 loss. And look at Duke. I mean, that top 4 right there is about as strong can get. And right underneath it, a team that's always plays great, Gonzaga. Then you got Michigan State, Tom Izzo. He always has his teams ready. Iowa State, the Cyclones have been playing excellent. Illinois, who just beat Purdue. And then you got Houston rounding out the top 10. I mean, there's some damn good teams up there, and I think anybody on any given day could knock off anybody, depending on the location. Obviously, if it's neutral sites, I think any of these teams could really beat. These top teams are really playing at a very high level. Who do you like? Who at this point? I know it's a long, far away, but out of the top 10 teams, who do you think is going to remain up there? I mean, I know it's easy to say Arizona because they're undefeated. Do you see any surprises in the top 10 that could get to number one? Like who could jump? Who could keep winning?
I mean, I never count out Duke. You know, they got a great home crowd. They got all the pieces to the puzzle.
Yep.
So I would say I could see Duke making some moves. You know, they're a young team also. They're always young because they're always putting guys in the NBA right away. Yeah. But no, I think Duke is one of the most interesting teams. And, you know, where is Miami, Ohio? Are they even ranked top 10? They're not. Right?
They're ranked 25th, believe it or not.
25th.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. So all those teams you mentioned, and against the spread, out of all of the teams with, you know, one
just
whatever
shows
loss.
You the quality of the conference.
Yeah.
Arizona's number 1, and they're number 25, and they're both 21
right.
and 0.
And here's the thing: Arizona's actually 15-2. Well, that's first half spread actually, but what's Arizona against the spread? I think like 14.
Oh, you mean they're against?
I'm looking against the spread. Yeah, so Miami, Ohio's 13-5 against the spread. Arizona's 14-7 against the spread. So pretty interesting to look at some of these teams that are ranked really high, but then they're not. You know, they're ranked in the top 10, but then they might not be ranked top 10 when betting against the spread. So be careful. You know, just because you see a team's in the top 10 and just because you see a team's number 1, number 2, number 3 team doesn't mean they're beating spreads. It just means they're winning games.
Right. And most of them are big-time ass favorites, especially if they're playing against a team not at their level. They'll be favored by double digits, and I'm talking serious double digits, anywhere from 18 to as much as 30 points, depending on who they're playing against. So doesn't mean they have to show up and win. They just go there and get the job done and win. But sometimes they do go there and blow them out. Speaking of college baskets, you got anything on your mind tonight? We should start giving out some winners.
I'm going to give us in there. Who would you have to win the Final Four right now if you had to pick somebody?
Oh, it's too early.
I'd give out Gonzaga. I think 20-1 right now. Gonzaga at 20-1.
I don't know.
I would go Duke or Gonzaga. Duke's 10-1, Gonzaga 20-1. I'd have to jump on Gonzaga.
I like this Iowa State Cyclones team. I'll tell you, I got to be honest. I think make a little note next to them early. I think they could go far this year. And this Illinois team is no joke. They had a couple of guys, some injuries, and they still went into Purdue and got the job done and beat them the other day. But like Teddy said, Duke's a machine. They just keep spitting out quality players all the time. UConn, what Dan Hurley's done to that program, I mean, you got to look at them. Arizona, you got to look at, obviously, follow them. They're undefeated. Sooner or later, they'll get a blemish. They're not going to go undefeated. You know, these top teams, Michigan too. I mean, they're finding ways. Michigan was ass-kicking everybody early in the season. They could have been number 1 right now. If it wasn't for that one loss they had, they probably would be number 1. But, no, I can't give a long range on that. What about you, Teddy?
It's tough. It's tough right now. It's still early. We got to see how, you know, conference play is just getting rolling, so we got to see how all this conference play pans out.
I got long range. How about 4 hours from now? We got a winner tonight? In college baskets, anyone looking at long range?
I'll let Teddy go for. I got one coming here tonight, man. But you got one tonight, Teddy?
Yeah. So we got a big SEC matchup here: Georgia and Tennessee.
Yep.
And Georgia's at home, so I'm money lining Georgia, and I'm taking Georgia to cover this money line. I think it's only like -105 or -110. I like them in this spot. You know, these close conference matchups, I think. You got to give it to the home. I was about to say home field, but the home court. You got to give it to the home court as often as you possibly can. I think statistically, I actually used ChatGPT for this one, guys. Statistically, ChatGPT claims that home advantage is the biggest in college basketball, more than college football, more than NFL, more than NHL. So yeah, I like Georgia in this one at home. I think they're a very fast tempo team. I think that they can take Tennessee and kind of get them a little bit rattled here.
Okay.
In this home matchup.
So you like Georgia?
I like Georgia on the money line.
You know one that always kind of makes it tough to make money with. is when you have a ranked team playing against a non-ranked team, and the non-ranked team's the favorite.
Yeah, that's crazy. That
Right?
happens a lot. Happens a lot.
Yeah, you see it, and it makes that, for some reason, I don't know what it does, but it makes it very tough to figure out at the end of the day.
Another one more reason I like Georgia. Georgia is one of the top teams in fast break points, and Tennessee turns the ball over more than anyone. I think they're ranked like second to last in their conference in turnover percentage. So if you got a Tennessee team that's rattled with all the crowd noise, turning the ball over, Georgia's taking advantage of those turnovers with some fast breaks. That's another reason I would go with Georgia in this game here.
All right. Here he is, the one and only Tommy the Hitman King. What's up tonight?
I'm going to give you guys a shocker, man. You're going there this evening. Just want to pull up one
Why is
stat
it a
here.
shock?
A lot of guys probably won't like this one here tonight. Houston coming off that game against TCU last time. I was just looking at that was last year when they played. But Texas Tech just beat out Houston. Houston's coming into tonight is an 8-point favorite against TCU. I know Houston are a solid team, but I'm going to put out a shocker. I'm going to take TCU plus the 8. It's down to 7 right now. TCU, they're playing hot at home right now. 6-1 in their last 7 straight up at home. And guys, when they're an underdog, they come to play. They're 6-1 in their last 7 as a dog. They're a dog at home here tonight. They're getting 8. And like I said, it's down to 7. You could buy it back up to 8. Probably don't need the points. I'm going to tell you right now. Take them anyways, baby, because TCU's coming out hot here tonight. They're going to cover this game at home tonight.
You don't need
take
7. You don't need 7.5 points.
This could be a shocker here tonight. TCU could upset Houston tonight, but take the points anyways. It's a bonus. You're getting 8 points.
There you go. All right.
A dog barking. If Ben was over there, I'd put up the barking noises up on there.
There you go. I'm going to put out one play tonight in college. I've been making money with this team throughout the year. I've been picking my spots, and they've been good to me. I had them the other day as a huge 50-unit play. I like DePaul tonight. I really do. I like the way they're playing right now. I don't play great on the road, but I don't think Georgetown's that great to begin with. I mean, I think adequate at best. I'm looking at these numbers, 12-8 against 10-10. Georgetown's, 3.5-point favorite. Here's the old Scotty M trick. I'm going to take this game to 5.5. I'm going to buy the 2 points, lay the 145, and I'm going to jump on Georgetown. Excuse me, I'm going to jump on DePaul plus 5.5 in this game tonight. I think that they have a big shot. They're playing really well, and I think they can match up against Georgetown. Georgetown, to me, is not an impressive team, and I like the dog in this game. And DePaul just came off a nice win. I had them against Seton Hall as a dog at home, and they got the job done for me. So I'm going to ride the train, and I'm going to jump back on the train tonight. DePaul plus 5.5. 3 units out of 1 to 5. That's my play in college hoops tonight.
Interesting. OPP just asked a couple games, and he asked, so one of them, I don't have anything on Baylor Cincinnati, but he asked about Temple Charlotte. I was eyeballing this game, OPP.
Well, that's a huge play for me tonight.
Okay, well, you're gonna stay quiet on this one, then.
Real
but
quiet.
I was eyeballing this game earlier today, OPP. Temple went to Charlotte and beat them not last season, but last year in December. I think it was December 30th. I think it was the end of the month. But now that Charlotte has, since playing that game, Charlotte has really picked up their tempo, really picked up their pace. I see a big revenge spot. Temple went into Charlotte and beat them on their home court, and now Charlotte goes to Temple, and Charlotte is a 4.5-point dog here. I would do the Scotty M and move this one to 5.5 OPP and take Charlotte plus the points in this spot here.
If you really want to get the right side of this game, I'm not saying he's wrong or he is right. I am putting it out as a 20-unit VIP selection, and you know what my numbers are, guys. If you're following me, you're winning with me. 7-2 on my last 9, and crazy numbers. If I told you the numbers, you guys would probably not believe. 54-21 on my last 75 VIP selections. That's over 2.5 months of huge winning. So I have a play on that game tonight.
That's over 70%, guys, if you don't know how to calculate.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
That's impressive.
Who'd you say like that? Temple?
Charlotte plus the points.
All right. Excellent. There we go. Anything else you're looking at? NBA tonight? Anything? Well, let's get these guys some winners.
Teddy, go on there. I'll give him another one.
I got an NBA ready
I'll
to
try
go.
to stretch it.
I have 2 teams going. So if you watch my Instagram channel, you already got this play, but I know a lot of people come in here. You may not be following my Instagram. You may not be following my free plays on there, which are 25 and 11 in the last 36.
Let's go.
So I love the Rockets money line. I love Houston in this game. This is a team that's playing on point offensively, averaging 116 points per game at home, 48% from the field. Ball movement great, rebounding great, 15 offensive rebounds per game. Going to give them a lot of second chance points. And the Spurs have been struggling on the road. They're giving up over 113 points a game here. I think this is a great, fantastic spot for the Houston Rockets. The line's sitting around 2.5 right now. I'm just taking the money line minus. It's like minus 135 last time I saw it. It might be up to 140 now, and I'm rolling with the Rockets in this spot.
Like the Rockets against the Spurs. Okay.
You know, I don't pick a lot of NBA games. You guys know that I haven't been the biggest NBA fan the last couple of years, but I've been giving a lot of it away for free, not even for guys that are paying, but it's been doing really well. I'm gonna start incorporating it into my paid plays here because the percentages have been great.
Yeah, well, you got two pretty good teams. I mean, these are some of the top two teams in the Western Conference. Obviously, the Rockets and the Spurs. Rockets play the Rockets play really well at home. They're 16-3. And the Spurs play well on the road, so it's going to be something's got to go in this game tonight. The Rockets have won their last 2 games in a row. Spurs coming off a loss. And Teddy says, you know what? Let me get rid of the points. Whoever wins, wins. And he likes the Rockets. Is that how you rating that game, by the way?
It's a free play, so I'll just go 3 out of 5.
Okay.
3 out of 5 stars. It's a 2-unit play.
Anything else in the NBA before I throw it to the genius?
Throw it to the T-man.
I wasn't going to give anything out yet, but he
Hold
gave,
on, I didn't
he
throw
gave
it
another
yet.
one, so
I didn't
throw it to me.
I didn't throw it.
You forgot to say bring your pens and papers today, too, man. You never
I
said
said
that.
it earlier.
Scotty
Let's
said
see.
it earlier. I got to give it to him.
But Teddy always says it.
What's in that bottle? That's what I want.
A lot of water sitting next to my lucky cat over
All
there.
right. Well, let's go, man. They want to know who you like tonight.
I wasn't going to
I guess I didn't get a water today. All right.
Oh, yeah, I did. I brought it for you. He's hot hogging over there.
Thanks, Scotty.
No problem.
You were supposed to hand it over earlier. You know, I was only going to give out TCU, but I'll give out a pro since Teddy gave another one. I'm going to jump on Orlando Magic here tonight. Orlando, they beat them Miami 3 straight games. I know they are all in Orlando, and they're coming into Miami here tonight. Miami right now is 3.5, 231. I'll take the 3.5 with the Magic here on the road here tonight. I think they could do it. Cover again against Miami. Take the 3.5 against the Miami Heat here tonight.
You love going against the Heat, T. Come on.
I do like going against the Heat, but that's not the reason.
I'm not disagreeing with you, T. I'm just putting out a statement. Orlando is the last place against the spread on the road. They are 7-15.
And they lost 4 in a row now.
Against the spread. And
Currently on a 4
they're
game
1-4 in their last 5 against the spread.
They're 1-11 in their last 12 against the spread on the road. Hey, even a blind squirrel gets a nut.
Blind squirrel gets a nut, broken.
It's a cold night down in Miami tonight.
Let me ask you a question. You go with positive stats, 1-11. You're going with the team,
Those stats I give out are just for the videos and stuff and talking to
but
things
it
out
has
there.
to go into your numbers.
I look at them, but you know, the stats are just for the videos and whatnot. Guys, I use my numbers here. I think Miami should only be favored this game by 0.5 in this game. They're getting 3.5. When I got a 3-point edge, I jump on it, so that's why I like the Magic here tonight. I think they get the job done on the road tonight.
I see a game to me like this, I throw it right in the garbage.
Well,
I
that's
really
you,
would.
not me.
Yeah, no, I get it. I just don't see enough value to jump on a game like this. But I'll tell you a team you want to watch, T, and I'm sure you're already watching them. Charlotte Hornets, baby. Watch this team. They're finding
Memphis
they're
tonight.
playing good ball.
They're a spread covering machine right now.
Three in a row. The other side's lost 3 in a row. I'm money lining Charlotte tonight. I think they got a shot to go in there and get the job done. They're just playing good right now. They're finding ways to move the ball around. Memphis, to me, is a deadbeat team. You know, they have their moments of greatness. Like TK says, a blind squirrel can find the nut. Yeah, they find the nut every so often. But Charlotte's finding more nuts. I want a team that's got more nuts than the other team. So I'm going to take Charlotte on the money line. I'm going to make this a 3-unit play. I just like the way they're moving and grooving right now. And they're scoring a lot of points. Even when they go down, they're going down with a blaze of glory.
Yeah, they're ranked third. They're ranked third in the league in covering the spread. They're very good against the spread on the road. They're 15-10 against the spread on the road.
Yep.
Only 2 teams better against the spread on the road are going to be. There's a few: Philadelphia, Denver, Phoenix. But
and I'm going to add another one in the mix because TK is going to love when I tell him this one because I think he's a big LeBron James fan. Lakers are going down tonight. I'm going to take the Cavs -1.5, buying it down from 3.5. I'm going to go to 1.5. I like the Cavs at home. They're starting to play better ball. I just don't like the way the Lakers play against certain teams, and I think the Cavs can run and gun with this team all day long. And I see the momentum of Cleveland starting to play a little bit better, not like they did last year. Obviously, they were a winning machine last year, but 28-20 right now, starting to win some games. Even with one of their best players out, Garland, they're playing okay basketball. I think they beat the Lakers. I'd bring Cleveland at home tonight, -1.5. LeBron James going to catch a little L for his beloved Cleveland team tonight. So I'd make that a 3-unit play as well. I like Cleveland -1.5 with the buy down.
Paul Bufano asked about the Raptors versus the Knicks.
Oh, Paul, you came to the right place, baby. Right place. I am going – that's my high roller selection tonight, and you know what my high roller selections are doing. You should be buying that game from Scotty M. Love this matchup, Knicks-Toronto tonight. And you could do it by going on my Instagram and just click the video, and you could purchase that game from me. I don't know if the fellas have anything on this game, but I like this game to the point where it's a high roller selection.
Yeah, that's on my VIP tonight's Orlando Magic, Miami Heat, which I already gave the Magic. I got a big play on Minnesota, Wisconsin, and I already gave that Houston.
So, Paul, I don't have a play on this game, Paul, but one thing
I'm not helping Paul. Well, I am helping him if he wants to buy it.
Paul seems like a nice guy, but what I would say about this game is you got to be careful with these Knicks on the road, man. They're 7-15 against the spread on the road. They play like dog shit on the road. Let's keep it real. I haven't dug deep enough into the game to make an official call, but on first glance, that's what I would say about that game, Paul. So just be wary of that.
All right. I think we touched base. Anything you guys want to add? I mean, we could still got some time. Anything?
Time. How about Scotty Scheffler, man, taking care of business on the golf course? I know Scott don't like talking about the golf, man, but we got week golf to week 2 of golf. I know Teddy likes the golf.
Funny you say that, T. I am so. I'll make this announcement here for the first time. I'm working on the structure. I'm working on the pricing and everything like that. But I will be dropping a weekly golf package on the Winnable coming very soon. We're probably going to kick it off, not this tournament starting this week, but next week. You know what next week is? The Waste Management, also known as the Wasted Management. Probably the biggest tournament of the year so far to date will be the Waste Management, and that's when we'll be kicking it off. So we'll be doing some long shot winners. We'll be doing some top 5, top 10, top 20s. We'll be doing a little head-to-head action, and we'll be offering it. You could buy per week, which is each tournament, or you'll be able to buy the month or the whole season.
All right. Follow Teddy, guys. He's putting it all out there each and every day.
I was close last week. I had Siwoo Kim. He was in the lead.
And they're going to the final round.
He was in the lead going into the final round.
Ain't good enough, Teddy.
No, it's not. He was in the lead going to the final round, and then Scotty just became Scotty.
Scotty's out this week, though. He's not playing.
No, right.
All right. Excellent. Well, and who's doing auto racing soon? You?
It starts next week.
I know.
NASCAR, baby.
Can't wait. NASCAR will be coming up. We had UFC
so we got the auto racing expert, TK. We got the golf expert.
I like my golf, man. Golf's fun to watch, man. Watch out. Hideki Matsumi this week. Got to watch out. You got UFC, man. What do you think about that final fight the other night?
Oh, that was great. I
guy.
I thought Gagey just did what he had to do. And Patty Pimblick never felt power like that. Did you watch the fight?
No, I did not.
I'm
not a big UFC fan. Everyone
Well, you're probably sleeping. You go to bed early, right?
Yeah, I was sleeping.
Yeah.
I was asleep.
Start late. I mean, I'm surprised sometimes I stay out. Now they moved them an hour earlier. So it was like 11:30, I think the main fight went off. I thought it was a great fight. I thought he did exactly what he had to do, but he just destroyed him. His power was just way too much for Pimblick. I like Patty Pimblick, and I thought he still, he gave a valiant effort, even though he was getting his teeth kicked in all over the place. He stayed in there all the way. He took some unbelievable shots, and listen, he's going to be, in the long run, I think a fight like that could help Patty grow in the future, but Gagey was just a beast. And he was a dog. He was plus 200.
Yeah, he was a dog. And then this week we had UFC. I think it goes early because it's in Australia this week. So
Sugar
early.
Sean O'Malley looked great. He finally had a good fight. He lost
the distance.
Well, so what? But he outclassed him in that third round. He just did exactly. He was fighting a tough hombre. That guy, that Asian guy was really, really tough and really powerful. So congrats to him. He finally got back on his winning ways. And it's too bad about Amanda Nunez fight getting postponed because the other girl got, I guess, hurt.
And the other fight got canceled for sports betting.
Yeah.
Well, there was an injury. You heard, so I actually, even though I'm not a big fight follower, so what happened in that fight?
No, there was no injury to the one they postponed.
So here's what I heard. Tell me if I'm wrong. I heard that the guy got hurt. It wasn't announced officially, and then a bunch of bets started coming in on the other side, and then they canceled the fight.
Well, it could have been a combination. I didn't know that part of it, but it was.
So basically, they're saying
there was betting patterns.
Right, but those betting patterns came because someone tips people off that one of the fighters was hurt.
That could definitely be the reason, and they scratched that fight because Dana White don't want that shit going on. He said, "I'm not going to have that on my watch anymore." So we'll see what happens. How they're going to stop it at the end of the day, I guess.
Well, the only reason they're catching it is because of legal betting.
Right.
If betting was still illegal,
They're notifying
they wouldn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but a lot of people, there wouldn't be a lot of more bets going down. Now there's illegal. Everything's going around.
Yeah, but they wouldn't be able to catch it if it was illegal. This stuff's probably always been going on.
The UFC's got another big card coming up this weekend, right back.
I just said the same time. It's going to be at night again. I guess Australia must be.
No, I think is it in Australia?
The same time this week, even though it's in Australia.
Oh, there you go. All right.
Jimmy Johnson will not be attending the Hall of Fame ceremony this year because of what they did to Bill Belichick. He is boycotting the Hall of Fame ceremony.
Yeah,
I think a lot of people might.
I think that's
I
bullshit.
think we got to make
really
a statement here that this isn't right. I know TK doesn't care, but
I could care less.
What does he care about, T?
I feel pretty strongly
I could care
about it.
less if he gets in there.
The next round at the bar.
It
I
just doesn't.
I haven't been out, but who gives a shit? It's a fucking Hall of Fame, big deal. Like the baseball
what
player
do you
Pete
mean?
Rose and stuff
It's
like
your
that.
whole career.
They're eventually gonna get in. So what's 1 year? What's the difference?
I know, but it's your body of work you did throughout your whole entire life. I mean, you should be rewarded when you did stuff.
Well, same as Pete Rose. Look at him. Is he finally gonna get in?
He will get in eventually, I think. Now, yeah. Unfortunately, he's dead. So, unfortunately, he's dead. But
So he won't see it. He
I
won't
think
get to see
if
it, but he'll get
anybody
in.
deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, or they should kick out probably 3/4 of them, is Pete Rose.
I agree.
That's another subject matter for another day. All right, guys, great show. We almost got to the 1 hour mark, man. Short week this week, but you know what? Next week, woohoo! Teddy, I guarantee you, Teddy's going to have about
Teddy's gonna
how
have
many
prop plays.
Super Bowl props, Teddy?
Oh, I'm gonna
What's
come
the over under? I'm
would
going to say, hold on, before you say, I'm going to say Teddy's going to have
15.
about 32 Super Bowl props.
No, I was gonna say like 7 or 8,
I'd say
but I
10.
am gonna be doing something, guys. I'm gonna be doing something cool. So every day between now and the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be taking 1 or 2 games from that day, and I'm gonna be parlaying it with one play from the Super Bowl, and it's gonna be the same play every day. So we're gonna have some hopefully some tickets pending going into
No
the
ladder
Super Bowl.
challenge?
Well, we got those too, but those are 50-50 so far in the last 4.
What
Two-
color Gatorade you
2
got
and
this
2.
year?
Oh, I hate that one.
Teddy, leave Teddy alone. Let him work on it this week.
Yeah,
Next week,
I'll be back with props next week.
They say
Don't
the
do-
worst bet to make in any sports betting prop pick is the first touchdown score or anytime touchdown score.
How about the coin flip?
20% hold rate by the bookies.
What
Wow.
about the coin flip?
Well,
And the
that's 50
anthem, the
that's
length of the
50-50.
anthem.
That's 50-50. The
They
coin
even
flip's
take them in the legal sports book. To
Yeah,
hit
the
tails,
length
do
of
they?
the anthem? Sure.
I thought they stopped that.
No.
Now, the interesting one is that you said anytime touchdown has a plus 20% hold.
15 to 20%.
That's higher than the slot machine.
It's fucking crazy. 15 to 20% hold rate.
That's higher than
on
a slot
touchdown
machine.
score. It's
All
crazy.
right, we'll get into all that next week, guys. Come on, slow
Our
it
best
down.
bet is bet the spread.
And some people love betting those.
Yep.
People love betting those anytime
You
touchdowns.
better come with some
Matty
prop.
Betts just hit a big anytime touchdown parlay.
Yeah.
2,000 to make 100,000.
I know.
Yeah. Well,
And how many did he lose in between that?
How many? He hasn't caught one in the UFC. I follow him. I hope he hits one for me one time.
There you go. He's
Every
good,
time
though.
he hits it, yeah, he's great. He's great. But every
got-
time he hits one, I miss it.
I want to get Matty on here, one of these big events or whatever, even for the Super Bowl. He'll probably have 1,000 prop plays going himself. So see if we can get him to maybe come in here or come on through Skype or Zoom. All right, guys, great show again. Love doing it each and every week with you guys. Love being here, obviously, at the one and only Podcast Junkies in Boca Raton. If you're going to do a podcast show, guys, this is the place to be. You got the boys here. They're working hard. You got Eric. You got Johan here. You got Ben. I mean, they put it together, first-class operation, and we appreciate working with them. And they're a sponsor of our show, which we appreciate more than we could say. And that's it. TK, my man. Known this guy a long-ass time. Where can the people find you on social media and get all your good content you're putting out, and more importantly, your winners you're putting out?
Well, you're not going to find me at the Hall of Fame inductee thing next year, but
Why not? This year.
this year, yeah, in Canton, Ohio. But best place to find me, man, go right to my Instagram at TKwins. I got a lot of specials up there daily. Join the broadcast channel as well. Put a lot of offers in there that you do not see in the stories. Some great offers, some daily specials, weekly specials, monthly specials. Check it out at
Can you put this thing
TKwins.
on the screen or no?
He's going to put it up for you right now. Instagram at TKwins. Just check it out there, like I said. And join that broadcast channel, all of our broadcast channels. We put up a lot of stuff there and content that you don't see in the stories. So check me out, Instagram at TKwins.
One and only Tommy the Hitman King will be together today, 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Instagram with the 1 hour show that we do there as well. All right, TB, Teddy Brooks, Sports Profits. Where can they find you? The man's got more content than anybody I know out there. He's put some real good stuff out, and he's doing his best to give you guys that winning edge. What's up?
Yeah, so you could go to my Instagram. I always say it. Go to the Instagram, and you'll get the links to everything else. You'll get the links to the broadcast channel. You'll get the links to the Winnable free channel. I've been putting most of my stuff in the free Winnable channel. When you join the free Winnable channel, turn your SMS notifications on, turn your email notifications on, and anytime we post the free play, you'll get notified. Anytime we post a promotion, you will get notified as well.
One and only, ladies and gentlemen, Teddy Brooks.
Teddy does put up a lot of content on. He went as Santa Claus this year. Are you going to do an Easter Bunny one this year?
Man, that Santa Claus one,
that was a good one this year.
Yeah, I'm working on it. I'm emailing the casinos. I want to get.
Whatever happened with those guys that gave you something to hold? Remember when you were in the casino? You ran it. What did they
It was
give
the
you?
Funny Degenerate. Shout out to the Funny
What
Degenerate.
did they give you to hold?
It was a book that said.
That's it. It was a book. Some crazy sex book?
No, it wasn't. It's a blank book. There's no.
It's just a blank
The pages are blank. It's just more for like show.
Okay.
And they were taking pictures with it, and he saw me in the Santa outfit, and he goes, "Hey, take a picture with this."
There you go.
So he posted it on his Instagram, but then he had to take it off because the casinos have a rule where if you're authorized to shoot in the casino,
Yep.
the one thing that they want you to do is they don't want any people in the background. So if you're shooting in the casino and someone's in the background, you got to blur their face out or get rid of them.
I'm surprised you didn't push them away when you were playing $25 a pull on the machine, and they come up to you right in the middle of your pulls and ask you to hold the book.
No, we were. He's a really cool guy. His content's great. His content he's one of my favorite pages. Not just one of my favorite gambling pages, but one of my favorite pages, Funny Degenerate.
I like the other guy, John. I don't know his name. It starts with a C. He's got some good content.
All right, boys.
On
I
there,
got
John
a sign.
Sarasani.
Yeah, John Sarasani and his daughter now does
Yep.
all kinds of stuff. All right, guys. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know if there's anybody hotter in the planet of Earth. I got to be honest with you. I know I love these guys, but I do my own deal, and my own deal is picking winners. Google me. I win. Free picks have been unbelievable. High rollers have been great. And the VIP selection's on fire. 7-2 in our last 9, and 54-21, guys. Think about those numbers: 54-21 over the last 75 games. And I've got 2 of them going tonight. 1 high roller selection, 1 VIP selection. Free picks up already. If you want everything, it's on my. All you got to do is just come to my Instagram page right there. You see it? Boom, right there. That's it. SM Sports Picks. And you could purchase any of my stuff. Go on my stories, click the link, and you could get in either on the VIP, the high roller. If you want both, that's up to you guys. I don't push it on anyone. I'm just here to try to put quality winning out and be consistent. Pleasure being here. Check out our podcast show, Get the Edge Sports Podcast here. It's on Apple, Spotify, obviously on our YouTube channel. Just put the search in, Get the Edge Sports Podcast. We'll be back starting next week, guys, just so you know. You guys know about
12
that.
o'clock for the next month, for all of February, and then back to 2 after February.
There you go.
So, guys, we'll be starting 2 hours earlier for the month of February on Wednesdays. We're going to be starting at 12 instead of 2, and then once March rolls around, we'll be back to 2 o'clock.
There you go. So the month of February, we're going to be your Valentine at 12 o'clock East Coast time, not 2 o'clock, starting the first.
Is Valentine's Day Wednesday?
Well, no.
I think it's a Saturday.
on the
It's Super
14th.
Bowl. Yeah, Valentine next year is on Super Bowl Sunday.
Yeah,
Yeah, crazy.
that'll be fun.
All right, guys. Great being here with you. We'll catch you back here next week. Let's go. Boom.
Yeah, we'll hear the song on the actual YouTube, right?
But does it come up no more?
It's not. I don't know.